Hey guys, welcome to another video here with Queen City Reefs and more. For those that don't know me, my name is Dennis. I moved here to North Carolina from Texas. The reason for the channel name Queen City Reefs is because they refer to Charlotte, North Carolina as the Queen City, and therefore Queen City Reefs and more. The more part, in case you're wondering, is because even though my channel is mostly about reefing, I do add on some things here and there. We literally moved here without knowing anyone. 3.5 years later, we still don't know anyone. We've really kept to ourselves. We've met a few people, especially through the RedSea group, which is fine. I think honestly it's brought our family a lot closer and together, and made sure that we live up to the expectation as parents. Make sure that we're paying attention to our kids and helping them grow and helping them succeed. I think at this point, we are at a point where we feel that it's about our children now. But anyways guys, I don't want to bore you with all that. The move so far, 3.5 years later, has been great. I could tell you there are things that I missed. My family is definitely one. My family, her family, they are all in Dallas, Texas. What we really miss is the food. I miss Whataburger, I miss Taco Cabana, definitely barbecue. So anyways guys, I'm gonna give you a brief update here on the tank. Today guys is an exciting day for us, for me of course, and I know for a lot of y'all, because y'all been waiting on the day that I add corals to this MegaMatrix. It almost seemed like it was never going to happen. I even thought so myself. Alright, so I've added the yellow and orange filter. I felt that the orange looked too orange and then the yellow still looked too blue, so hopefully this is a good mix. But here's where the tank is at. I plan on, let me know if y'all want this, but I plan on having a brief, videos, 5 to 7 minutes, to discuss each of the fish that I have, and then moving forward, every time I add a fish, covering that fish that I'm adding, why, and so on and so forth. Not sure if that's something you'd like to see. But as you can see right now, I do have quite a bit of fish. As you can see, I am battling cyano again. From the last videos, I was able to get completely rid of it, and I know what I did with ChemiClean. It's only a band-aid. It doesn't actually take care of the actual problem, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. What is the actual problem? It can't be flow, because as you can see, it literally is like flowing everywhere. There's some parts where it's even peeling off the rock because of the flow. Definitely not flow. Nutrients, well, I do feed a lot, but I only feed once a day, so that's kind of where it's odd. But I haven't measured phosphate and nitrates and all that in quite some time, so I do plan on doing that. One thing I can tell you is that I did have an issue with my RODI, and when we go take a look upstairs, you're going to see a pattern here where here is cyano. You don't see algae or anywhere on the rocks, but upstairs is the brown algae, and I think it all ends up having to do, every single tank broke out in its own distinct nutrient algae. This one cyano, the one upstairs brown algae, almost looks like diatoms. The peninsula like brown hair algae, or maybe diatoms, I'm not sure, but I think it was a result of the RODI not functioning properly. I think I talked about it in my last video, but I'll mention it real quick. So when I ordered a dual DI resin canisters from BRS, I didn't bother checking whether they have been packed tight enough or anything like that, so I used them as soon as they got here. They literally used up within a day or two of maybe creating 200-300 gallons up, I would say. I posted it on askbrs.com because I thought it was really weird. My TDS measures at anywhere between 33 and 45. People were like, wow, that your resin, your RODI should literally last for a long time at that, if that's what you have as TDS, which I agree. Back in Texas, I had it about 140 to 200. And it lasted longer than it does here. So I have a feeling that it's because the membrane that I used from BRS was not suited for Melev's Reef, which is what the original one. And somebody made a comment saying that if I have Frankenstein this RODI together, then that may be the issue. So I decided to order original parts from Melev's Reefs. I redid the DI and I made sure that it was packed tight, and so far so good guys, so far so good. So I've actually barely mixed my first batch, which was the last few days, and finally it's at 35 ppm at 77 degrees, which is what I like to keep it at. And I plan on doing a water change, but I did not want to do a water change before actually moving the corals, being that all my parameters are very similar across all the tanks, and I don't want anything to change drastically and then have to change it again when I move it down. So I plan on moving the corals down, and then maybe in a few days, seeing how they're doing, I'm going to do a water change and go from there. So this video is going to be about me adding the corals. I'm going to start with this rock right here. Actually, you know what, I'm going to start with this rock right here that has no cyano. I'm going to add them all right here, and we'll see if we can grow them out. If they last for a few months, then I'm definitely going to buy more and eventually start connecting this trident so we can keep up with our parameters automatically, because I'll be honest, it's tough to do them all the time. I get lazy, but I've done them now because I want to make sure that this tank is right. So alright guys, cut a lot of these off their frags or cut the frag plug itself. Depends on if I felt that I was going to be able to cut the whole frag off, or it ended up being into little pieces, and that's what I didn't want. So that's the first step. Now I'm acclimating the corals to the temperature. I know I said both of them are 77, but just to make sure, especially because after looking at these closely, the reality is that they were alive, but they weren't thriving. So, you know, I always hear this on other people's videos. It's, you know, there's a difference between corals staying alive and corals actually thriving. So my goal here is to get them to thrive in this aquarium. And here we are. Yeah, so there is no rhyme or reason for this, guys. I have no rhyme or reason. The only maybe rhyme or reason is the ones that weren't on a plug. I try to find little holes where I can make sure that they stayed put after putting the glue on. And as you can see, I wasn't even that great with the glue either. But my hope is eventually they'll encrust. The only one that I didn't put on this tabling live rock there is this guy right here, because that is a strawberry shortcake, and this is supposed to be a strawberry shortcake too. So I didn't want them on the same area. I figured maybe different sides of the tank, and we'll see what happens. The polyps on that one already are extended. The polyps on this one already are extended. So we'll see. I brought, oh man, they fell. I brought these, so it was down here. I probably will get rid of all these, sell them to someone. If anyone's interested, you can have that rock and that rock, $100 each. I mean, it doesn't look that big, but it's literally maybe the length. It's a really good size. I don't know how to put it on here, but it's a good size if anybody's interested. If you want both, $150 for both. Nothing more to this. Oh, I guess y'all would want to see this tank over here and what I put in here. I moved this rock to the bottom, and these are supposed to be a 24K hammers, orange hammers, 2 orange hammers. I moved this long tentacle plate and the short tentacle plate. Here's a Barabanki. There's some Ghanies, the green Ghanies, and then these Ghanies right here that have not come out yet. And that is pretty much it, guys. Alright, well, I appreciate y'all watching. You already know the drill. If you're not subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it if you do. Like this video if you liked it. If you like this style of vlogging, I mean, this is the only style I really do, but I do want to kind of change it up. So I'm gonna get some equipment. I really enjoy this. this hobby, and I really enjoy making these videos now. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, you know, let's see what happens, you know, more for documenting this process. But lately, I've really enjoyed making them, and the interaction, and you know, when you see a like, when you see a new subscriber, or whatever the case is. But guys, I will catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching. See ya.